Okay, Stuart. So I'm going to walk you through how to change details on schools. So I am looking at your list. Um, so there's a couple of different things you want to know. So we'll start with Central Arkansas. So what you can see is when all this pops up, school name, address, conference that they're in, stage of a movement that the campus is at, type of campus, um, and then who the staff member is. And when you select USCM Connect, which we're going to pretty soon change to Crew Connect, um, you can actually add a crew staff member's name in there and email address, and they'll be able to use them as the contact person when the blip shows up on the website. So the big things are down here. So the scope that this is assigned to. Um, right now, it looks like the University of Central Arkansas is assigned to the Oklahoma State team. From your document you sent me, it should be the Central Arkansas team that it's assigned to. And so if we go under the campus Red River, we can find the Central Arkansas team. And then we click save. Now, some of the other things, you can include the ministry website if they have a Facebook account or an actual ministry website. The athletic department website, if they have a Twitter that they use, we can select whether it's an HBCU or a Christian college, so we know context for that. You can also do history. So you can see when a director was changed, when movement status was changed. You can also input your own. These are automatic. Every time you change something over here in the details, it will appear as a little line in here. And so you could say, you know, launching visit, these people went and launched, these are the results, and I'm going to add that with the little green add button over here to the left. Nearby schools, this helps plot where some other schools are. I think there's a glitch in this, so I wouldn't quite use this tool quite yet, but that's what we're hoping it'll do. Staff, so when you have your staff team in column D of the document that you sent me, you can add all of the staff that are present here. So if we do Chris Bennett, and then we do Gina, and add her there, and then Colin, and then Brian, who must be going through training still. We'll try his last name just to be sure. Yeah. So he doesn't show up yet. And then you can't add crew staff yet through this, or you may not be able to add crew staff through this. Relationships should be students that went on projects and what they did last. This is if they came to headquarters and did any of our training camps or anything like that, and then your reports, like the school's sending history. And so this is kind of how we're keeping track of what's going on at what schools. So if you want to walk through and build your teams, you have several teams listed on your document. So if I bring this down here, you have several teams like the Arkansas Fayetteville and South Louisiana Baton Rouge. We won't create a team when it doesn't have any staff. Like the Oklahoma City Metro doesn't have any staff there right now, so we don't want to create that team yet. But if you have any teams that are not yet created, I would say that you submit those to me, which ones you want to be created and what you want them to be called. And we are moving more towards the regional type names. Like here you have Dallas Metro. It's a regional area rather than a school-based name. Yeah, let me know. I am trying to move away from managing all the campuses in the U.S. and giving ownership to the regional directors in terms of the management of schools, which is why it's imperative that we find you guys an operations person, because like Kate is doing this for Matt Hardy right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. That's kind of the quick intro of what we're doing. There's not a team creation component to this yet. That's not actually even been put on the table yet, but if you submit it to me, I can get a team created for you. And then we can do that. So one of the biggest things is the way this is set up. That's kind of the next step in this. So I'm actually going to bring up a drawing tool here to kind of illustrate to you the way stuff works right now. So essentially we have, let's say we have a senior staff, and we have an intern, and we have a part-time field staff. These all report up to an LTL, who reports to an RD. Okay. The way schools work right now is because we can't take stats from individual schools. We can only collect stats as a team because of the way staff are sometimes on multiple schools, and nobody wants to submit multiple sets of key measurements. So if we have school 1 and school 2 and school 3 and school 4, all of these schools through school details are assigned to a scope. And so they're assigned to a scope here, and that scope is assigned to a region. And so you can kind of see the parallel between the two. Now, an LTL is assigned to a scope like so. And so that anybody assigned to this LTL will be also assigned to that scope via the LTL. And therefore, any stats, any key measurements that are submitted by the senior staff, the intern, the part-time field staff, are all collected into this scope here, so that when it shows up on the dashboard, when you're doing the actuals versus goals in all the categories, that's how everything's grouped together. So in yours, you showed your regional team and the University of Texas team. We scroll down to that. Your regional team and your University of Texas team is in the same grouping. I would actually encourage you to split those. That the Austin Metro team be assigned differently than the your regional team, because of the way key measurements are submitted. That Austin team will want to be able to see their own stats and not combined with the regional director stats. And so we can see Campus Red River. So that's where you would assign all of your Campus Red River staff. But then your Austin team would probably go with this University of Texas team, which we can rename. So, yeah. So if you have any questions, that's kind of the full roundabout bunch of details in one video. So hope that helps.